So this is how I went from working as a waitress to traveling the world. So I used to work as a waitress about 3 years ago. I was studying at uni for an economics degree because I wanted to work in a bank. And at the time I was living in London with a friend, so we had an apartment, we both went to the same university, and I used to work as a waitress to make ends meet. And today I am currently out in Bali. I spend most of my year either in Bali or Dubai, and if I'm not in either of those countries, I'm traveling around the world to go and visit new countries. And I'm going to break down in this video how I completely transformed my life. First things first, I decided that I was going to change my life and that there was going to be no other option. So I spent a lot of time wishing and thinking maybe I could do this one day. And then one day, I swear to God, I woke up and I was like, that's it. Today's the day. I'm gonna start working on my dreams, and I'm gonna make it happen, or I'm gonna die trying. So from there, I had to learn and educate myself. And one of the first things that I learned was that I needed to level up my mindset. So in order to have an external transformation, so if I wanted to see this outer world change in the ways that I wanted it to, I needed to change my inner world first. So that was the first thing I started working on, was my mindset. So if I could have that inner transformation, it would allow me to then see that transformation externally. I also learned that I needed to change my environment to be more positive, uplifting, and inspiring. So what I did to show myself that I was all in and that I was willing to make this inner transformation was I just put myself completely in the deep end. I flew out to Thailand while I was at uni still on a one-way ticket. I had less than £1,000 to my name. I had no idea how I was going to make money, stay living out there. Worst comes to worst, I was like, I'll just fly home and I'll go stay on someone's sofa until I make some more money again. But I didn't want to give myself that option. I wanted to go out there and make something of myself and make it happen. So I went out there and I put myself, I didn't know anyone. I didn't know how to speak Thai. I didn't know anyone who was in Thailand. And I literally just flew out there and I was like, I'm going to go and figure it out. And I spent loads of time researching into loads of different things. I wasted so much time on like different business ventures, and like I worked so many different remote jobs trying to figure out what to do. And for most of the time that I spent traveling, I was living month to month. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. Like, I genuinely put myself in the complete deep end and I tried so many different things and I wasted so much time. But for me, the real transformation happened, and the time that I stopped living from month to month and actually started seeing real success in what I was doing was when I, one, made this real inner transformation happen. So I actually genuinely did the inner work that I had been avoiding for so long. And when I did this inner work, the outer world started really transforming. That wasn't the only thing though. So I had to do a multitude of like different things to be able to reach this place that I'm at now. And another thing that I had to do was I actually had to set proper goals, a time frame, really believe and visualize on these goals and get specific on what exactly I was going to do and build out a proper plan to get there. Because I'd tried so many different things and I'd been very wishy-washy, but I'd never actually genuinely said, okay, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick to it. And I hadn't stayed consistent. That was one thing. Like, I hadn't believed in myself enough to genuinely stay consistent with what I was doing. And I also didn't genuinely have an idea of what was actually going to make me that money. Like, I knew that I wanted to be successful in something. I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to work minimal hours and travel and have the freedom. And what I didn't realize was I actually had the skills that I needed already. I just wasn't monetizing it properly. So I'd worked a long time in social media. So while I was traveling, all the jobs, the different remote jobs that I was working in were all in social media. And what I realized was I'd learned about this industry called UGC, and I'd been working in it for a while. So I knew a lot about it, but I hadn't actually decided to just do it myself. And as soon as I entered it and I decided to do it and I put all into this one industry, it all paid off so well. So to quickly explain, UGC is basically an industry where you create content for brands without needing to be an influencer. So for me, I thought the whole time while I was traveling, I needed to build a following to be able to make money from my content. But I didn't actually need a following. And it was under my nose this whole time because I'd worked in this industry for years. So I just, for some reason, was just self-sabotaging. And that, again, came from the inner work. That didn't come from me just realizing, oh, wait, why didn't I do this? I had to stay consistent. I had to believe in myself. And I had to plan all of this out and decide on genuinely what route I was going to take. And as soon as I decided, okay, I'm going to go all in on UGC, Because I'd seen it work. Like, I was working with these creators. Like, I was one of the people who were working as a brand or with the brands in the marketing companies who were paying these creators to make videos for us. And then I was like, hang on a minute, I could do this. So now, the way that I actually am making this money and being able to live this life is I basically create content for brands. I don't post anything on my page, so I don't have to post on my Instagram, I don't have to post on my TikTok. What I do is I basically have a system where I connect with brands. So I either reach out to them or they come to me through different platforms and different methods that I've made over the time that I've been in this industry. And what I do is then once I connect with the brands, I negotiate deals. And on a monthly basis, I work with some brands on a monthly basis. Some of them I just work with on a one-time project. And I consistently have brands coming to me for content. That I sell them content, so I'll make the content with their products or with their service or talking about it, and then they can use it on their pages or they can run it as an advertisement. They can use it for like Meta ads or TikTok ads, and they basically pay for this content because they need the content. They need somebody to make it. I'm creating this content and I can make really great money from it. So consistently for the past like few months, I've now made over like $5,000-$10,000 a month, which before, at the start of the year, I was making nowhere near this kind of money, which is absolutely insane. Like, it all just came from me going all in, like I said, on this one industry and just putting all of my time and effort and being like, I can do this. So yeah, I've been living my dream life practically, being able to travel the world and work remotely for the last like 2 or 3 years, but I haven't had that financial freedom that I wanted, and that only came in the last 6 months. And what I'm trying to say in this video is if you now put in that time and effort to make these changes within and do the same inner transformation and outer transformation that I had done myself, then you too can in 6 months or 12 months be living a completely different life. And if you're somebody who's like me and you're good at creating content, maybe you have a TikTok page or an Instagram page, you've been growing, but like obviously you're not at influencer level, so you can't just make money from that and live off of that, then I'm telling you, UGC is like the easiest way to make money with content, especially this year, next year, and in the next like 5 or 10 years to come. Like, this is a really growing industry. So check out my other YouTube videos and I explain everything about UGC in them. And yeah, I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will get to them. And like I said, if you already have the skill of content creation, but you just aren't monetizing it, then go and check out my other YouTube videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.